This is the Ox Speedskim in a 1200mm length. It's a unique, patented and revolutionary product for both the plastering and the rendering industry. Tradespeople report that they're up to 5 timesing their daily output using this system. So, to take you through some of the features of how this system works, the whole idea of it is that in the plastering process you use your predominant hand, and it's a single-handed process. So it means that you're putting a lot of stress on one side of your body. With Speedskim, you're using both hands to work across the wool, both to level and to flatten. Speedskim works with all known manufacturers' products of both plaster and render, although depending on which blade you use, you might find it more effective with one type of product than another. It's also suitable for flattening and leveling, whether you've applied the render or plaster by hand or whether you've sprayed it on. I'll show you how the system works. You've got this end cap. By pressing on these 2 little buttons here, I can remove the end cap, allows the blade to move up and out of the channel. You'll see here there's a little plastic gasket on either side running the whole length of the blade, and this prevents the liquid plaster or render getting inside the channel and clogging it up. So I'm just going to slide this back in again. It's a simple action. So this could be either changing the blade to one of the 4 different types of blades that are available in this range, or to put a brand new blade in. If you buy a brand new blade, it will come with 2 sets of end caps, as these can become worn once they've been taken in and out a number of times. The profile is perfect for gripping onto, so I can get a nice firm grip on there. And in the ST model, it comes in 5 different blade lengths, depending on the size of wall or beam or pillar that you're working on. You've got some little grooves at the back here. This helps hold on to any plaster that you've taken off the wall, with a view to cleaning it back down into your bucket at the end of the plastering stroke. So how this works, at 80 degrees to the wall, I use it like a straight edge and level off, taking out the highs and lows. By turning it 20 degrees to the wall, I start to smooth the plaster into its final position before I trowel it up, ready to paint. The technology that's in the plastic blade is that with metal, when it runs across the surface, it makes a sound wave and draws the moisture through the product to the surface. This can give you 2 problems. The first is that it can cause, if you're doing a large surface area, it can cause the plaster to dry quickly. And the second thing is that it can leave a very wet face because all the moisture is at the front. So with a plastic blade, this is used to keep the moisture evenly distributed in the material. You'll see the blade is able to move up and down in the channel like this. This isn't a fault. It's actually there for a very specific purpose. Because the handle is made of metal or aluminium and the blade is made of plastic, it means they have a different expansion rate. So especially in countries where they have extremes of winter cold or summer heat, if the blade is not able to move within the channel, then you can get the blade to start rippling. With this little bit of slack within the system, it means that the blade remains at a constant straight edge. I've been demonstrating the ST blade. Since then, we've brought out 3 further models of blade, all of which will fit into the same handle. Every blade, being that the tip is the most important part because it's the contact with the material, we provide a handy clip-on blade guard to keep it safe in your workshop or the back of the van. This is the Ox SF Speedskim, so constructed in the same way as the ST, except the tip of the blade has been replaced with a 0.3 very flexible stainless steel tip. So this is now like a Ultraflex trowel, but 1.2 meters long. So you can see the flex there as I bend it on the corner. The SF blade gets used at different times of the year, where pulling the moisture through the product isn't so much of a problem. especially say in the winter months where you're getting a very low surface evaporation. Some plasterers and renderers then like to change to the SF blade for their levelling and smoothing. Moving on from there, this is the Speedskim now with the PF blade in it. This is an ultra flexible plastic tip blade. So again, where you want a more flexible blade than the ST, with the same flexibility as the SF stainless steel tip, this is now done in plastic. So where you want to keep the moisture evenly dispersed through the mixture, this is the blade to suit that job. The latest addition to the Speedskim family is the RE blade. And this is for rendering, and it has a thicker stainless steel notch tip. Otherwise the construction of the Speedskim is still the same. This is used for scratching back base coat, plaster and render to leave a key ready for your top coat, or to embed your mesh with a view to then skimming over the top using either the ST, the SF or the PF blade to get your finished coat. This is the Ox Pro telescopic pole. It goes from 1.37 metres to nearly 3.6 metres, which is an incredible standout. It has a standard screw head that fits not only this Speedskim pole adapter, but also many other decorating products, etc. that you'll find in the marketplace. It's got two extension points. So the first one, you rotate the collar like that and extend the pole and then lock it into position so that can't come down. And then this second collar here allows you to extend the second lift and again tighten that into position. It has a large pole handle for easy grip and a comfort grip at the bottom for steadying the pole while you're working at height. We then have the Speedskim pole attachment. So that screws onto the top there, like so, and locks firm. Then to fit the Speedskim pole attachment to the Speedskim itself, undo the lever and fit it over the end of the profile. Slide it through and move it to the middle of the blade. For ultimate balance, you might want to measure in from each end just to make sure you've got it dead center, and then lock the fitting off like that. I then apply my pole like so, do that up tight, and I'm now ready to work on the ceiling. So that is the Ox Speedskim, now using the pole attachment and the 3.5 metre telescopic Ox Pro pole. That completes the whole Pro Speedskim range.